so glad you're here. It's good to see you today. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at XRP. I see something on XRP. And you may not want to hear this, but I see weakness on XRP. All right. So this next report is going to be about my XRP. I believe there's weaknesses on XRP that have appeared. I'm going to show some images for XRP. Okay, for XRP, on the larger weekly chart, on the larger monthly chart for XRP, I see weaknesses appearing. Monthly chart XRP, weaknesses appearing.
Okay.
Here's why. Okay, pay attention.
Yes.
Oops, sorry. Hot mic. Core, in the past, there's that principle again, where we're seeing the wick challenge at the core. Sign of weaknesses. Here's the core. Here's another wick challenge. This kind of sets the boundaries for some type of range trading for XRP on the largest time frames, the largest scales. It's very possible what we're seeing is just range trading oscillation right now. In addition to that, core, close to core, cores, wicks, it's in alignment with the larger parabolic. So therefore, what is this large down move into this area? Weakness. If we rise this month, and the month's almost going to be over in like maybe 5 or 6 days, today's the 25th, okay? If we see a rise to the underside of that parabolic, especially if we stop, we already spiked into that area and came back down. There's pressure already to the underside. I believe weakness is appearing. This is a weakness territory. Healthy is above here, but it looks like price is phasing through onto weakness. XRP. The current prices are around 53 cents, but take a look at some of these numbers for XRP here. Closer to 16 cents, 16, 17, 18, 19, somewhere around, I think it's 18 cents for XRP. That's not looking good at the moment.
Can you repeat that? I want to make sure I heard you right.
Okay, 16, 17, 18 cents range for XRP seems to be the boundaries of this barrier. Now, there's other reasons why I believe we can get there. This is just one image I'm showing, monthly chart. Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you is more evidence that this is the case. Take a look at this on XRP. I drew this yesterday. This is that same line for the monthly chart, but the weekly seems to be adhering to the same line as well. Okay. Look at the cores on the wick. This is a weekly chart. This ain't that monthly chart. The weekly is very accurately responding to this. So I don't believe this is just a fluke. And here's the phase through. Large move down, phase through into this area. Okay. In addition, by the way, I turned on that forecast, the Lux Algo forecast indicator, and it's also saying the same thing, moving down below these. I thought that was interesting. But I never start with that Forex Lux Algo. I don't use it too often. Okay. Because I don't like my opinion to be biased. But how many times have you guys seen me draw maps and Lux Algo's forecast gives you almost the exact same thing? So many times. Just ask Superfood. He's been with us for a long time. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you something else. On a smaller, now there's a reason I pointed out that new technique today. There's a few big changes to Method 6.0 where we're making some modifications to the flat analysis. But one of those analysis is that core challenge. If you guys are new to this, if you look at the highest level and you see where that core is and price come up only to wick to touch where those cores are, this is that core challenge or a wick challenge to the core. And when you see that, usually it's a sign of weakness, especially if you see reversal bars and you're able to draw more weaknesses and cut those areas. That's usually going to be a stronger move down. This is a monthly chart. Now the same thing is happening in this smaller area on a smaller time frames. So go back into this little zooming out area. Look where the core is on the weekly chart. Wick challenge. Wick challenge. Weakness. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. So what we saw was weakness into the support in more weakness areas. So this weakness is I'm seeing weakness in the background on the XRP phasing into this area. Prices at the moment coming into weakness on the weekly charts. All right. Number three. So that was number one. Weakness, monthly chart. Weakness, weekly chart. Weakness in the background here. You could say that's probably 4 now. The next one is into this area. In the background, there's weakness. There's selling. Ultra high volume, up bar, and buying, professional buying has to happen on down moves, and professional selling has to happen on up moves. Here's an up move, ultra high volume, but nothing to show for it. The next bar is immediately down. We come into this area. Do we have no demand? You bet your baloney. Look at this. Ultra high volume. We come back into this area on the high. Where's the volume? It's average at best. I would say that this average volume is the average line, that little white line here. See that little white line in the middle? That's supposed to be the average, right? But I would say that in comparison to this move, this is very low. So it's not exactly no demand, but it's low demand. And I put the word LD for low demand. Okay? Ultra high volume, now no demand. Normally that'd be good if it was on the buying side, or if we saw increases in volume, we would say, hey, they have a reason to challenge for higher prices. But we're seeing that there's nobody wants to sell anymore after the big sell was over. So this is like the opposite side of the market. Kmart has a big deal on toasters. They raise the prices, and there's a big surge the weekend. Everybody buys toasters. Then next week, nobody's buying toasters anymore. So they have to lower the price ever so often. Then they lower that prices, and there's still no big push for toasters. The market's already oversaturated for this. XRP is probably going to move down. If you just read it in context of the territory, it's going to go down. All right, here's a daily chart now for XRP. Reading price flows, a little bit smaller. Health would come on here. Health would come on here. The weakness would appear here underneath these bars. That's what's been happening more recently. Weakness. The watch line is here. We're not there on this watch line. That would be some kind of health, smaller health. The sword cut for this parabolic here was right there, and we got 2 touches. 1, 2, those weaknesses. Here's the watch line on the bottom side. Wick, not this one, but the general move is up here. You want to know where to short XRP? You short it under here while we're still within this down move. Otherwise, it's just a little delayed, and we may come back to challenge sword cut closer to 59 cents one more time. But as it is, if we come below here, we're going down. Now look what the forecast indicator says. It says the same thing. Look at this. Move down, move up, move down. And just for record, the forecast is saying 39. I at the moment, I would expect lower prices. Okay? So I'm going to say, for me, I'm expecting lower prices on the higher time frames. Yeah, so I'm going to expect even lower prices than the 39. I'm going to be expecting these lows. I'm expecting prices closer to 19, somewhere over here. By the way, here's XRP forecast indicator on the weekly chart. And it says the same thing down here. It's saying there may be one more push to the upside before that down move. Yeah, it's possible at the moment, but on longer term, right now, XRP, bearish. I think you can get XRP at lower prices. Tommy says, what the timeline of potential move down to 16 cents? I don't really have a big time frame for this one. What chart is this on? Bitstamp. Let me see if I have an exact time frame. See if I can get one, something closer. Are we talking about hitting some of these lower numbers if possible? I didn't include this line. I was supposed to. I would be looking. I don't think it's going to go straight down there, but I would say sometime, let's see, sometime over the next year or so. Here's 2020. Here's December of 2024. And if I'm just looking at the flow of price, we may be somewhere out here, 2025, May of 2025. So somewhere over the next year or so, we could see things like that beginning to appear. The vortex is actually just next month though, so I'm a little bit weary. Usually when you see a strong vortex, there's a sucking of price. Sometimes doesn't pull all the way into those areas, but I've seen many times where there's strong vortexes, you'll see price get tugged into those areas for a day or so, something like that. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. At the moment, I can say there's weakness. So if I'm not saying to short XRP, unless I want to short that smaller daily chart one, maybe to 39 cents, I wouldn't short all the way down to 17 right now. No, I'm not saying that you're going to go down there immediately. But I would like to take the smaller trade if we can get there, maybe 39 cents, something like that. And you can, once you get into that next weakness, take that angle, duplicate it out here at core, and it should give you that same exact story, generally that same story, somewhere where there's support lower. Okay, that's a trade I might take as a short on XRP, but as it is, I'm just don't trust buying XRP right now. Weakness has entered XRP. I can reduce my position of XRP. I'm already not so heavy XRP. I always have XRP for a longer term, but if I believe I can get it at a lower price, I generally will sell some of my position shorter term back for some of my, or in this case, I'll probably sell some of my longer term back to see if I can double my holdings or increase my coins, buying them back at a lower price. So if the current price is 50 cents and I can get it for 25 or even 20, even just 25 cents, then I doubled the holdings I have for XRP. This is never financial investment or trading advice of any kind. This is always for educational, entertainment, and comedic purposes only. Never trade more than you can afford to lose, and especially be aware against high leverage trading. This is also important for you to know that past performance is never indicative of future performance. I want you to know that if you see things in the markets, trust your eyes. If you see weaknesses, I wouldn't say now's the time to buy XRP because of the evidence that I see. I would say absolutely not. I think there's a better time to buy. I would like to buy when we built maybe above this watch line here. That'd be good. Or at a lower price. But if we see evidence that price is off range trading, this is 17 cents is the next likely low. So yes, what's a good price to reduce your XRP position? Now, the next question was, what's the price to reduce your XRP position? The answer is now. Because this is where the sword cut is at of that larger parabolic. It's there. I'm gonna show you. Look. Yeah, that's your sword cut. And where's price at? It's there today. So you have a chance to get out. Okay. If you see any moves up right now, I wouldn't trust the move up. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't care if tomorrow price goes and look, Jason, price skyrocketed. Look at the spikes here. I don't want to be chasing this candle right now. Those types of spikes could happen here. But the structure's already in. I'm not going to trust one candle spike with large years worth of this weakness. This could have been healthy if price could stay upon. But once we're underneath these areas in a downtrend, we're making lower highs. Therefore, I don't want to trust it right now. It'd be nice if we had that breakout, but price seems to be a larger move is at play. And when I see this larger move, I'm going to say something. This is a larger move. Because this larger move, price has no business really being in this territory at the moment unless it needs to gather some more strength. Okay? One more thing I want to look at. Yeah. Yep. Apart from that, it's probably not going to be a straight shot down. Draw your next watch line and you'll be ready to go. Anyone else questions regarding XRP? That's going to be my next watch line. Set an alert. Look for prices. Look for entry for a possible short. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this and put this a little bit lower because I want to make sure I'm below that line, getting some closes below that, and put it right about there. I want to get structures in this area and get the short. Yeah, I want to get the short here. I don't mind paying a lower price and taking the short down if I get the next trade triggered. For me, that's moves underneath here. Okay. Any other questions? Let's see. Brandon of Last Days prophesied XRP to $8 soon. Okay. A lot of people have been prophesying about XRP for a lot of years. I believe XRP is going to do fantastic. Bob P says, I can see they're pushing it down to accumulate after clarity. What was the name of the future price indicator? Oh, that one is called the... I spoke about it in the beginning. It's called the Lux Algo Echo Forecast, the Echo Forecast indicator. Yeah. 2 years ago. When soon? Yeah. So my job, for you guys who are maybe watching this clip on YouTube or something like that, you guys can join us. We have live sessions. We want people here in our live session. Praise God. If our website is www.patreon.com/jsong_7. You can join us. We have sessions three times a week on Mondays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesdays at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have our Word Room on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you to join us for hearing the Word of God. And we have a special service for you guys online, preaching to you and sharing the Bible, reading the Bible together. Just like we have smaller Bible studies at the end of every session. On our website, you can join up and get access to our full videos to see all the content that we post every day. You can also just sign up for our report tier for only $12 a month if you want accesses to the image notes. And we'll give you a shorter recap version of some of the content of the videos. If you are signed up for Dive, you can make some requests and join us and get those links for the meetings and show up and ask me questions and make requests of your own charts. And we really appreciate your support of our ministry. Everybody who's donating to us, you're the reason I get to do this full time. I don't have to withdraw from my own accounts. I can actually build my wealth along with you guys and teach you how to read price maps and see what you're reading. If you're watching this and you're new, I want you to remember, many of you who are part of the wealth transfer communities are going to be millionaires and billionaires. The last thing you need is your Uncle Joe or your cousin Vinny telling you what kind of cryptos to buy when they don't know anything about anything. They don't know how to read. Okay? They're just telling you what some guru said. Last thing you need is to go on YouTube and to just see some guru telling you, hey, buy this crypto, buy that crypto. If you don't know how to read, you don't know how to get closer to timing and to see what's happening before your eyes. You're going to be millionaires or billionaires. You can't afford to be throwing millions of dollars at stuff. You need education. You need to learn how to read price, movement, and energy. You have to. It's going to be it's part of your business if that's what you're doing. So you're going to have to be able to see energy coming in before your eyes and know what type of actions to be taking. So in our classes, if you're watching this, in our sessions, we give techniques and teachings about how to read price action. Sometimes we'll just write on our labels to show you guys. We also, in our community, join prophetic information, prophetic targets. And sometimes we see overlapping of prophetic targets with our data. Those are the times that are very optimistic for our community members. We have so many people in our community members who are well versed in prophetic coins, as well as some people who are prophesying live during our sessions. And if you see these kinds of things, it can help you understand what's happening with the flow of price. In addition to that, coming to our sessions, you sit over my shoulder and you can watch me reading price live before you, performing verification analysis, performing some complicated technical analysis to help you start understanding what's really happening with some of your favorite cryptos, as well as some of the targets and money that's potentially still on the table, how much percentages, where those price targets are, what numbers we're looking at today, because price changes over time. The targets, sometimes targets are upwards, sometimes targets are downwards. We call that a plus or a minus. And so sometimes there's more money on the table, sometimes there's less money on the table, sometimes we have to wait very patiently for price to come into new areas. So we talk about various concepts. And that's why we're grateful for you here. I'll see you guys later. All right.